Do you remember your first concussion and how old were you?
I think my first one, like where I knew I was concussed, was against Cleveland in my rookie year in the preseason.
Can you walk me through your experience of the era of coaches wanting you to hit hard and not really caring about the damage?
So I guess I wouldn't put that on the coaches because I think that it's more or less the information provided to them and the knowledge of concussions at that time. Um, is one of those things that's as the past 15 years is. Well, pretty much when I stopped playing, it really started to evolve and the information was coming out and the harm that it was doing. And coaches were being proactive. And so, and I guess for me, it wasn't a coach thing. It was, the whole bell rung, I just got, my bell rung and I'll be fine. And, the first couple you are fine and you seem to recover a lot faster from that. So I think the thing is really is the evolution of the concussion, where it's come since I retired in 2010 to where it is now is two different things. And like anything scientifically in the last 12 years, we're way ahead of where we were 12 years back. So the coaches, the doctors, I think the doctors knew a little bit more, but the pressure of winning and losing and keeping people on the field was more important. Or at the same time, I guess, I think the doctors just didn't know the long-term effects of that. Because our doctors, we had when I'd get concussed, I'd have to go off-site to specialists, and so we never carried an in-house neuro guy like they probably do now.
When you were playing, when do you remember first realizing something was wrong?
I never did, and I didn't want to retire, and I didn't want to accept the fact that maybe there was something wrong. You see, when you get to a level of the NFL or any professional sports and the work and the time and the effort that you put into it to get there, you spend the remaining time winning and trying to stay there. And so at whatever cost, whether it be shoulders, knees, elbows, ankles, you just spend the time to stay there because of it's no different than any other job where you get to the top and the elite class and you spend the rest of your time trying to stay there and you never really get comfortable with it. So for me, I'm an ultra competitor and I never wanted to walk away from it. I was forced out of it. And people ask me today, would you still do this? And I say, absolutely. And, I live for competition. I live for working hard and being successful, because winning and losing to me is as important, below my family and my faith. I'd say that winning and losing is the most important thing in life to me.
Now, obviously, things have changed, and what are your thoughts on the Guardian Caps in the NFL and in college training?
So the Guardian Caps is good. I think anytime you take away the risk of going through what I went through, is a plus, and keeping guys on the field longer, keeping contact and brain trauma down to a minimal is key. It's not going to reduce it because you still got to play on Sundays, right? And so there's still going to be concussions, there's still going to be brain injuries, but if you can reduce the risk of long-term, head hits, I think it's a great thing. And I think any step forward in protecting a brain is really, really important, because you only get one brain. And once something happens to it, the fixing of it is, probably at 0%. So once the damage is done, it's done, and then you have to live with it and learn how to deal with the disabilities that come with it.
The NFL says the caps can reduce at least 10% of the hit and 20% if both parties are wearing them. Is that enough as someone who has gone through one of these life-altering hits?
See, I think I look at things a little differently, right? So when you take anything you choose to do, there's risk involved, and so at that point you have to self-evaluate what is your risk versus reward? And so whether that's in business, whether that's physically, anything, you got a risk reward, and you have to decide if you're willing to pay that price. And so I think the 10%, I mean, it's going to 10%, so 10 out of every 100 people that have suffered concussions, I think it's going to benefit them. And I think long-term effect-wise on people going out after their playing days and not having symptoms or disabilities, that they're going to have a chance to do a second career. I think the NFL, you know, I'm kind of bitter with the NFL because I think that they've done a lot of sheltering of what really took place over the years. And now maybe seeing them step up and taking, I guess I wouldn't say responsibility, but taking action to not have to deal with it in the future is, in my opinion, is good to see.
After your incident against the Bengals, did you feel like you had support from the NFL after that happened?
You know, I was in a bad spot. And so, to be honest with you, I went pretty manic and went kind of off my rails for, I mean, it was quite a few years. And now coming out and talking about it, you know, my wife and I did an article with USA Today to raise awareness because people were doing things that were brain related rather than personality or that's not who they were, right? And so people were getting killed, people were abusing their spouses and doing stuff that's out of character for them. Excuse me. And so when that happened, it was time to speak out, and doing stuff like this is important. But I mean, I can't recall probably after that a couple years. There's things that are really, really blurry. And since I seek treatment and went out and did it myself to seek help, I had a Dr. Rosen in Missoula who really helped me get out of that dark days. And I see a gal out of Bozeman right now that's helped me through a lot of stuff. And to be honest with you, I think that I still have my problems right now, but I have a way to manage and deal with and tools to make sure that I can be successful in life and in public. I don't go out much. My whole social life has completely changed. I made a bunch of different changes and reprioritized some stuff and protected, you know, I use the word protected myself from putting myself in situations to, for lack of a better term, relapse into where I was at, you know, 3-4 years ago.
Tell me what life has been like afterwards. Has there been anything that your friends or your family have noticed?
Yeah, I think my family's noticed a lot. You know, my wife is probably the person that has to deal with it the most. Everybody else, I don't, go out and show it or go into a situation that's going to make me go into, you know, I always use the word manic, and I don't know whether it's where I get real high anxiety and start becoming, you know, to where I can, you know, go back to where I can't handle the situation. So I control my environment 100%. It's like doing this interview. Like, I'm not going to go to town, and if someone wants to do it, they're going to come to me. I'm going to be in my comfort zone and do what I want. And so everything that I do now is strictly based upon how I can control the environment. And so that's the thing that people don't have. And then going back to the former players, you see, you know, they didn't have the system or the support system that I did. And the people, like a wife that understood me, who also has dealt with mental health counseling. She's got her master's in it. So there's things where she could see things, and then to be forthcoming with me and call me out on stuff and whatnot. And then have also the will to want to get better, you know, and trying to see outside of that before it's too late, before you take your life, or before you go down an addiction and then it's too late, right? Or you commit a crime and spend your time in prison. And so trying to stay out of those things and controlling the environment, like I keep going back to that, is so important for me in order to maintain my mental stability, right?
What do you think needs to be done? Obviously, injuries will always happen in football and in contact sport, but what else can they do?
You know, I think the main thing for me is that what you're seeing show up a lot. The thing that's really glaring to me is youth football, and say these 5-year-olds to 8-year-old kids that have been playing tackle football. These are the people that you're seeing show up committing, you know, huge crimes, right? Killing people, killing themselves, committing, you know, felonies. And so I think the thing that parents really need to evaluate and is to decide, and because there's science-based facts out there that I think that pre-puberty and these kids playing tackle football and repeated hits with lack of coaching on tackling, proper coaching on hitting, is really showing up. And I think it doesn't show up, you know, when they're 12, 13, 14, it's when they're 25, 26, 27, 28. And so that's the thing that I think that people need to do. The Guardian caps are great, but it's also like, you know, like in a vehicle. You've got the center line where if you cross the center line, your seat vibrates, your steering wheel takes you back in. It's still not going to prevent the accident. And so it's a great step forward, and you're going to have it no matter what, but it goes back to the risk versus reward, is how far do you want to go? You know, if your kid sustains a concussion, are you going to automatically pull them out? And another thing is concussions are crazy because it affects everybody so differently. Like some guys can sustain multiple concussions, and some people can sustain one and either pass away or have a disability from that. So it's not like a sprained ankle where you got 2 weeks, or a broken bone 4 weeks, or a knee injury, a blown out an ACL injury where it's 6 months. And so there's so many different variables with the brain and you can't treat it just one way, you know what I mean? So it's a multi-facet injury that takes a lot of people to be really straightforward and really forthcoming to you, to tell you your risk and tell you the what happens if they continue to get them, and to be honest with them. And I think doctors finally have done a good job. But the NFL, obviously, it's money-based, money-driven. So, and if you're a star player and you get a concussion, and what happens, you know, because winning and losing there's a lot of jobs on the line in the NFL. So.
Yeah, so when it comes to today, people have like more knowledge and things like that. I guess what would you ask of like tight end coaches or any coaches that are teaching the younger generation how to hit? What would you ask of them?
You know, that's a tough question because I think everybody knows. Like, I mean, your everyday people know what's right and wrong with, you know, keep your head out of it, do all the things that you're supposed to do that they told you to do. But stuff does happen. I mean, it's a game that's played at full speed. And when you're watching an NFL game on TV and then you go sit in the stands and watch it in real time, the speed and the body control is insane. And so I think guys still slip up, you know, because you know, a guy could catch a ball and just misplace his step and his head goes down first. The defender's aiming at, you know, say at a torso, and his head's down and he gets down, and they're going to have helmet to helmet. I mean, those type of things are still going to happen. So it still goes back to me on everything is the risk versus reward. If you don't want to have the things that go along with concussions, then you probably shouldn't play football because it's not preventable.